4 V's. Alright, so what are they?
Volume! Velocity!
Perfectly said with extreme volume as well.
See that, sir?
Alright, what else do we have?
Value. Visibility.
Variety.
Down. Variety, what's the other one?
Variation in demand.
Thank you. Alright, we're going to look at it.
So I got 2 out of the 4.
Alright, we'll look at each of these and we'll do some scenarios. What's another name for visibility? Let's try our records. What is it?
Not see-through. Customer contract.
Thank you.
So yeah, that's really all good.
Okay. Just, the very first thing I want to look at is something called lead time. Now that did show up in the video. Can someone explain it to me? This was in the video. What's lead time? What is it?
So isn't that the time from when the order is placed to when they are opening up the boxes for that order?
Perfect, thank you. Alright, so if they've got too much stock, so volume looks at how much stuff they've got, okay, how much stock they've got. If they've got too much stock, what could be an issue? Okay, they're making red t-shirts, okay, and they just pumped out 1 million red t-shirts, and they've realised, hang on, people want green t-shirts. We've made a horrible mistake. What's going to happen if they've got too much of that stock?
Profit goes down.
Okay, why would profit go down?
They can't sell
Because
it.
they didn't do what the consumers demand.
Okay, so we've got increased costs because they've now spent money.
Yeah.
Okay, so they might lose profit because people aren't buying them.
Yeah.
Okay. It also increases wastage. They've just wasted, a couple 100,000 litres of red dye, couple 100,000,
A lot of money on
meters of fabric when they could have used for something else. Okay. Okay. And the other thing that it does is, and this is really under cost as well, but it increased storage as well. If they've made all these red t-shirts, they're not going to go off. Okay, so they can keep them for as long as they want. But if they need to find somewhere to put them, what's that going to do for the business?
Well, you need if they're putting them not in something they already own, they have to rent out something.
Okay, so when it comes to increased storage, it could be they might need to pay rent,
Which is just wasting more money.
which then goes back to increased costs. They need to pay for security. If they've got $1 million worth of t-shirts in this, warehouse that they've just rented out, and someone breaks in and steals them all, well, they've just lost everything really. So they need to pay for security as well, and which then makes costs go up. They're basically paying to keep something that people don't want. Okay, so they need to understand, okay, well, how much of something are we actually going to make? On the flip side, if they have too little, what can happen? If they don't have enough stuff in stock, what can happen?
Stock runs out.
Okay, so stock runs out, what happens?
Then they
Consumers
lose.
don't rely on that store anymore.
Exactly, and that then leads to lost sales. Okay, so we're now going to skip visibility and look at variety instead. Okay. Very simply saying, it's a mix of what they sell. It's a mix of goods and services. Now, this is something I didn't mention in the video, but it's basically customization versus, what's the opposite of customization? Standardization, thank you.
Brittany.
Thank you, Brittany. So customization versus standardization. So you're looking at basically, what's the variety? Okay, if you're a company that only makes red t-shirts, are you going to have any variety? No, because you only make red t-shirts. Okay, then all of a sudden, okay, Red T-Shirts Proprietary Limited, the business, gets a new operations manager, and they come in and say, I've got a great idea. Let's start making green t-shirts as well.
Wow.
Okay, let's start making green t-shirts as well. Now, the variety is going to go up, meaning that now they're making different items. Okay, what's that going to do to the business? If you increase variety, what might that do to the operations of a business? Increases imports, increases labour, which is an input anyway. But overall increases costs and complexity. Okay, things are then going to get harder. Things might get a bit more expensive. You just have one machine dedicated to making red t-shirts. Do you now need to buy an entirely new machine to make the green t-shirts? That's going to cost you money. Or do you swap shifts? Okay, between 12 midnight. Okay, the machines run 24/7. For the sake of this example, between 12 midnight and 12 noon, they make red t-shirts. Then half an hour break in between. Someone comes in, changes the vat of dye, and they get turned into green t-shirts. That then increases complexity. You now need someone to go there, switch everything off, change things around, start everything up again. So sometimes this standardisation is a lot better for businesses because it means costs go down. You're making a lot of different things, a lot of different a variety of different things. Your costs are going to go up. Okay? Which, let's face it, businesses don't want to do that. Right? Okay, let's look at variation in demand next. So demand looks at here, and I'm pretty sure this is where I drew a little diagram in the video as well. What do people want? When do they want it? Okay. What's coming? Thank you. What's coming up in a few weeks? About 50 days, I think. Christmas. Businesses need to look at, okay, well, what do people want? Can we predict demand? Okay, if Christmas is coming up, let's start making
Christmas t-shirts.
Okay, exactly. Red and green t-shirts. Okay, red and green t-shirts. Okay, for Christmas, even though that's visually the most horrible combination I've ever seen in my life.
We're just getting festive.
But red and green, okay? They know it's coming. They can't wait until a week before and think, hang on, something important's coming up soon. Should we start making these things? Okay, or Christmas pudding. If they want them all to be ready for Christmas or a week before Christmas, they need to start planning in advance. Okay, what happens in February? What's the big event in February?
Valentine's Day.
Valentine's Day. What do people normally buy?
Flowers and
Flowers. What normally happens in May?
Mother's Day.
Mother's Day.
Flowers.
Okay, flowers. So if there's an increase in variation in demand, so basically, or even a decrease in terms of what people want and when do they want it. Okay, it's going to do a few things. If all of a sudden, Christmas is coming along and they start saying, okay, well, let's start making these Christmas puddings. We're going to start making them in October. That way they're in the store by the end of October, and we can start selling Christmas stuff at the start of November. So they know that it's coming. It leads to then increasing inputs. So, okay, let's start buying, I don't know what they make it with, let's start buying dried fruit. Let's start buying wheat. Let's start hiring some more people, some Christmas casuals coming in. Some visibility or customer contact. Visibility or customer contact. Another word for basically customer feedback. Okay? So when you go to a shop and you buy something, they might ask you to do a survey. In terms of the customer feedback, that's where we get the idea of visibility. They're visible to you as a business. If you went to a soulless corporation who they've got thousands of employees, they don't care who you are, they're not being visible. They're just saying, this is what you're getting, that's it. Don't talk to us. Oh, you don't like it in black? Too bad, that's what you're getting. Okay? But when they're being visible, they're actually asking, what do you want? Okay? It's called relationship marketing. They're actually coming up and saying, let's build a relationship with you. Get your Flybuys card. Get your Woolworths reward card. Get your coffee card. Stamp it 5 times, your 6 ones free. Fill in your surveys. Tell us what you want, okay? Let's build a relationship. Because if they've got a relationship with you, okay, you're then more likely to buy their stuff. Okay, if you've got a soulless corporation that only care about money, chances are you're not going to use them that much because you don't feel valued. Through this customer feedback, you also have, as I said, the whole idea of relationships. Relationships are the key, number one thing for a business. Increased visibility equals increased cost. If you've got something that is low variety, standardised, okay, it's got no customer contact, low visibility, it's going to be quite cheap.